Hi, it's just Tom today. I am going to drop a video here about my trip to help a friend move. And maybe he'll join me in a couple days. But I just want to give you a quick update on my trip so far. I left Minneapolis this morning, came down to Orlando, rented a car. Hertz upgraded me to a RAV4, which is pretty nice of them to do so. I had reserved a full size, so just a single level upgrade, but still pretty cool. And the car is nice and comfortable and so on. I drove today from Orlando to Amelia Island. Amelia Island area. I'm on the Georgia-Florida line. I'm actually just north of the border right now in a town called Kingsland, King something. In a average hotel. It's called the Baymont by Wyndham. It's a totally acceptable hotel. 80 or 90 bucks. I don't need much. Wi-Fi and a comfortable bed. Air conditioning. That's all I need. When I checked in here, the person at the front desk, everybody in Georgia or this area calls you Mr. whoever, so I'm Mr. Tom. The person at the front desk said, Mr. Tom, you're in room 105. Oh, your shirt reminds me of Tom Selleck, Magna PI. And we chatted about that. I thought it was funny, and I thought she's too young to know Magna PI, and I told her that. She said, oh, I was just 4 when I watched the show. And then we chatted, and I got a vibe like, I'm sure she wasn't, but I felt like she was hitting on me, or at least trying to make me believe that she was hitting on me. Again, I'm an old guy. I'm sure she wasn't. She wasn't that young. Maybe 40 something. And then she did mention that she was working until 11 if I needed anything. So I don't know. I'm sure it's totally fine. But if there's a knock on my door at 11 o'clock, I'm not answering it. So anyway, got up here after a kind of a nail-biting drive through Jacksonville because it's pouring rain, and there were several accidents on the road from people hydroplaning on the rain, so that was kind of nerve-wracking. But as soon as I got through Jacksonville, the sun came out. I went to Amelia Island. Well, checked in here first, went to Amelia Island. I had a not so great experience there trying to get a place to eat because it's Monday and tourist towns are shut down. A lot of places are shut down on Monday. And so the first few places I tried were just closed. And then I went to the Sandbar bar and kitchen on the Atlantic coast. In Amelia Island, kind of the trendy places to eat and hang out are kind of on the bay side, and then there's not that much going on the actual ocean side where the beach is, just hotels and so on. So this was one of the few places open, and the guy there was, the bartender was very overstressed, overworked, and I kind of mentioned that when I sat down. I said, boy, you really overworked, dude. And he agreed. And there were 2 Karens on either side of me that were giving him more work than me, and I knew as soon as I gave him my order that I was kind of lower key, less maintenance, and he was probably going to forget my order, and that's exactly what happened. And so everybody else's food came. I had a beer, I had a second beer, my food still didn't come, and then I said, well, he's forgotten it, but I'm just going to let it go. So I asked for my check, and he said, oh, I'm so sorry, I forgot your food order. And I said, don't worry about it. But he did have a chance for a service recovery there that he dropped the ball on. He could have comped me one of my beers, and he didn't. So I forgive him for the food mistake, but he should have done a service recovery on my bill, which he failed to do. So anyway, back now over here to the hotel, and then tomorrow I am heading up to visit my Aunt Sue, who lives a little further north in Georgia, about a 4-hour drive from here. I think it's going to continue to rain, which is kind of a bummer. I'm not too charged about the rain here. I was hoping for some sun and some beach time, but that's just not going to happen. And then after visiting my Aunt Sue, I'm going to go help my friend Tim move from Georgia of back to Minnesota, so maybe we'll do some more posts along that trip. Oh, the other thing I want to mention is I'm listening to full albums on this trip, and I hope I can continue that with Tim as we go back to Minnesota. So 3 albums I listened today were Bare Naked Ladies, Born on a Pirate Ship, which back in the late 90s or whenever it came out, I thought was excellent. Listened it to 100 times. American Idiot by Green Day, which is one of these albums that was designed to be listened to as an album, which I think is kind of a lost art. And so they built that album song by song, one song leading into the next with no gaps in between, really. So I think you got to listen to that album as a full album, not selected songs, although there's some great hits in there. The third one, which I was frankly a little disappointed in, was Candlebox. I remember that album being a lot better, but I don't know. There's 4 or 5 good songs on that album. The rest just don't hold up. It's kind of like a Soundgarden emo type sound that I'm getting now that I don't remember getting back then, and they're almost like a jam band on a lot of songs, which I'm just not into jam bands. So, all right, that's my update for today, and we'll check in with you later.